Well, hey there, David Nuno, TexAgs Radio.
Look at camera 3, wide shot, right there in front of you.
Okay, that's embarrassing. You're gonna keep this part of the video, right?
If you want me to.
Yeah. Just gotta let the people know. I was looking at this camera. You guys were standing right here, and I didn't see you. Well, it's still TexAgs Rewind, and it is what we do here. We just show you everything we can except the stuff I don't want you to see, and that's called editing. On the show today, we did the Go Hour. Obviously, we do it every day, and we did our big shot of the week, and we had a couple of big shots. Devon Achane comes to mind. Bryce Anderson comes to mind. Anaya Smith comes to mind, and Jalen Jones also was another one we talked about. Jamie McCoy giving us some perspective there, the former tight end. We're going to get the tight ends involved moving forward. Hasn't really been a part of the offense just yet. Jordan Pugh tells it like it is. He certainly does. He's so good at breaking things down. He was on the show. Then we got to know a little bit about the Hogs. Alyssa Orange, Pig Trail Nation, broke it all down. It is TexAgs Rewind. I think we start off with the catalyst on the offense, Devon Achane.
Well, I think you can always start with Devon Achane, and once again, he showed how good he was. He was close to breaking some long gains, and even on the opening kickoff. Yeah. But I thought that his touchdown catch was everything Devon Achane is. You know, he catches the ball, he sidesteps. It looks like he's stopped. He runs through a tackle and runs away and gets to the end zone, and there's a guy behind him, Miami, just flailing in the wind, jumping up, trying to tackle him, but he looks like he's just doing a belly flop.
He's got 3 touchdowns in the year? Is that right? He's got the kick return, a couple. I was going to say that all of his touchdowns that I can remember are spectacular.
Well, I thought he had didn't he have just like a 1-yard run against
App State?
Sam.
Sam, yeah.
And then against App State, he had.
So maybe he's had 4. Maybe he's got 4.
Yeah, had 2 against App State?
Yeah.
1, yeah. So.
But they all, other than that 1-yard touchdown run, I feel like they're all Heisman level. Wow, look at that play. The kick return was choo-choo-choo-choo, and he found his way through. The touchdown this past week, just fantastic. He's been phenomenal.
He has. He's been the saving grace of the offense, he and Anaya Smith.
Yep, and he's our second guy, Anaya Smith, on this. And Anaya, again, when you need big plays, Anaya Smith is there. 4 catches, 74 yards. The 25-yarder was the big one out there. But he seemed to be a very reliable target, especially on third down.
Well, that's the guy you want to go to on third down if you can, because he is reliable unless it's late in the fourth quarter inside the 10 on a punt. Hey, I got 2 words for you now, Anais. Fair catch.
Yes, please. Hey, it worked out.
We don't need the stress.
Yeah, it did work out. Another guy that I think we need to give a lot of props to is Bryce Anderson. How big was he?
Well, he came in, and first of all, this freshman with all the guys out because of targeting and other issues. And for the most part, you didn't notice him unless he was coming up and making a tackle.
Right.
And I thought he played really well. There was one play on the goal line, close to the goal line, where he comes in and makes the kind of tackle you wish the linebackers would come in and fill a hole.
Yep.
Makes a tackle, the play stopped there. And it was Bryce Anderson stepping up and making that tackle. Man, that was impressive.
Another one that you told me yesterday in the press conference when we were getting ready for it, he was like, we got to give Jalen Jones his props.
Jalen Jones might have been the best guy for A&M in that game. Had 9 tackles. I remember a big pass breakup. But those 9 tackles and his 1 tackle on the sideline and kept the guy from getting out of bounds there at the end of the game. And that was one of those. It looks like it's just a tackle on the stat sheet, but to keep that guy from getting out of bounds and keep the clock rolling at that point, that was a big play.
So you've been in many locker rooms, different regimes and whatnot. Is that something that actually happens? I know fans like to talk about it, but where coaches will purposely make you think one thing through these easier stretch of games, and then all of a sudden they pull the left hook and they do something different. Can you give some examples of maybe going through that?
Absolutely. A lot of the times I know in the NFL, you'll have routes where it's almost like you want to run your watered down stuff because you know that the teams that you're going to face are going to say, okay, let's go look at the last 3 games. Let's see what they ran a lot of. What did they do the most of? They're just trying to get your tendencies. So you may have a route where you got a guy coming underneath, you got a guy coming on the 10-yard end, where when you get into some tougher competition, you might do those same routes, but the guy that's coming underneath might come back out the other way. You just got different plays and different spin-offs of how you kind of get into what you want to get into. Now, with the situation with us, with the tight end, we're not really involving the tight end at all. So looking at somebody coming up against us, Arkansas, they're not necessarily, well, you know, when the defensive coaches go and they write up their game plan, they're kind of circling on the, when you're showing it to the defense, you're kind of circling, hey, this is who they want to go to. This is the number 2 guy that they want to go to. Well, right now, nobody's circling our tight end. So I'm hoping that there's some type of plan or some type of involvement, whether it's over the middle, down the seam, or getting them outside blocking, whatever the case may be. The tight end absolutely is a necessary asset for a good offense and could be a big benefit for us if we decide to choose them or use them the right way.
Jamie, help shed some light to what a game plan actually looks like. When you get to practice on a Sunday, a Monday, whatever it may be, do they give you a book of tendencies? Like, give us kind of an insight to how a team prepares, at least from that standpoint.
You may have your new install of plays. Like I said, you've gone over stuff all training camp and throughout the summer and whatnot. You got your plays. So you might come in with a new wrinkle and say, hey, you know what, this week we're not going to go through Anias. We're going to go through Chase Lane. We're going to put somebody in a different spot. We're going to just mix it up that way. So you come in and you'll have, this is what we're doing. This is our thought. This is our plan. You kind of go through that on Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, you might go through your third down scenarios and your red zone scenarios. And then Thursday you come in and it's like, hey, let's tighten everything up. This play we thought was going to be good. We ran it against the scout team. They tore it up. So we're going to pull that out. You know, you just kind of tighten everything up and then you go in Friday and you say, this is what we're doing. Everybody be ready, be on deck. Like, this is how we're going to try to attack these guys, and hopefully Saturday it all comes to fruition.
Doesn't matter how it happens, man. They got it done. Offense wasn't pretty, but it was better. What was your takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, the win was good. I thought we needed that win. I thought the offense looked better. They performed a little bit better. I thought there was more rhythm to the offense with Max. I thought he took the plays that were there, the checkdowns that were there, got the balls into the playmakers' hands. I thought that was good. There's still issues though. The O-line, I don't know what's going on. They put it on tape against Sam Houston. They still haven't addressed the issues, but stunts and twists are killing us on the offensive line. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we're missing. But we got to get that addressed. I think having Foster back was huge. I think that made a big difference this past week. But offensively, I still think there's issues. I still think there's things that we got to address. We got to figure out how to get more explosive. I don't know what that is. I don't know where that is, and how do we do that? A-Chain, he's making something out of nothing right now. But we won. That's the good part. Here's the thing I don't think people are talking about is the defense. The defense impressed me this week. I thought, in every season, you're going to have some type of adverse situation. And looking at what the defense did, losing, was it Richardson and George on those two, ridiculous targeted penalties. Having young guys step up and make plays. Our defense is playing well. I had a random thought about this morning when I woke up. I looked at it. Our defense is giving up 26 points in 3 games.
Not bad.
26 points in 3 games. Now, everybody is talking about how we've got outgained by Miami, got outgained by App State, this and that. At the end of the day, the last time I checked, the way that you win and lose games is you score more points than the other team, right? And we're keeping people from scoring points right now. 26 points in 3 games. That's 8 points a game on average. That's what our defense is doing right now. So what does that tell me? That tells me that our offense still sucks. That's what it tells me. because we're not scoring points. We're just not. It's just, I don't know. I can't figure out what the disconnect is offensively. We still take a long time in play development. The play takes forever to develop. I don't know if the reads are getting clogged. I don't know if Jimbo's asking the quarterback to read too much. It still seems slow. It was better, but it still seems slow. So that's my initial take, man. I think our defense is going to have to carry us all year. I think our defense is going to have to be spot on. Until our offense can figure out their rhythm and figure out their identity, we're going to have to lean heavy on that defense.
They've done that because I don't think of them as an attack a quarterback team. But what have they done this year to really amplify that?
Yeah, that win in the transfer portal really is the answer. They got Jordan Dominic coming over from Georgia Tech, who just absolutely had a game last week against Missouri State. And then you got Drew Sanders, the linebacker from Alabama. And they're not doing that 3-down set anymore like they were last year. They've changed that look up because they've got guys who can rush off the edge. And you've got a linebacker with such speed like Drew Sanders is, that you're getting to the quarterback that way. And so they're able to rotate those guys in. Zach Williams got to the quarterback twice last week. So they've been able to bring in guys that they needed. And then now they've been able to restructure that defensive front to where it's allowing them to get to the quarterback a little bit better.
Tell us a little bit about Drew Sanders. We knew what he was able to do and the impact, but what have you seen?
You know, the biggest argument up here on the Hill is who's the better Sanders, Rocket Sanders or Drew Sanders. And I don't know if there's really a right or wrong answer, but it is just incredible to watch this guy play. I mean, he is a beast. I mean, it is just incredible. He flies around. He's everywhere. He's hitting people hard constantly. He is causing havoc with quarterbacks. He is running people down. It is fun. And I don't know if I've watched a linebacker play like that and hit like that since Dre Greenlaw graduated a couple of years ago. It is special to see him play.
All right. If you're watching from Arkansas, thank you so much. Comment below that you watch, like you're an Arkansas fan or you're watching. If you're an Aggie fan, comment below that you're an Aggie fan and fight the Arkansas fan online, not in person. Just like go back and forth with a couple comments to help the algorithm out. Share, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And don't judge me for starting the video the way I did, looking at that camera over there. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to close the show looking at this and then look at you.